Hello guys and welcome back to another channel as we do an in-depth analysis on Chelsea's 0-0 draw against Brentford. This game presented an opportunity for Chelsea to solidify their position after the defeat of Nottingham Forest. Chelsea had an opportunity to actually look to try and close the gap, but again Chelsea faltered. But this cannot be squarely blamed on Chelsea, but rather Chelsea have had a terrible away form, losing and drawing winless in their last 7 away games. They have not won a single away game in 2025. And this game, it was there for the taking. But again, the question needs to be raised towards Enzo Maresca because of his lineup selections. Now, the game against Brentford was very important for Chelsea. But again, Maresca decided to do something that was so bad by altering his lineup. Colwell was dropped, Cucurella was dropped, Palmer was dropped, Jackson was dropped, Neto has been dropped. And these are the players who have been very key when Chelsea had a good attack. Dewsbury Hall came in for Palmer. Brentford, on the other hand, retained the 4-3-3 structure, allowing Chelsea to create that numerical overload up front. But Chelsea were unable to do this because Chelsea started the game with a difficult lineup. But two players in particular, their absence was heavily felt by this omission. Those players were Nicholas Jackson, who is Chelsea's most important attacker, and Cole Palmer, who's Chelsea's most important creator. These are two players who Chelsea heavily rely upon, especially in the final third, and one can only function with the other. Jackson is made good by Palmer and Palmer is made good by Jackson, but Maresca chose not to start any of them. Before we start our analysis, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. And you really ask yourself this question: was Maresca resting these players for the Conference League? We really need the 3 points. Why decide to bench your most important attackers in a game that you have to win? It's really terrible, giving players like Palmer just 25 minutes to try and change the game. Brentford, as we know, always wanted to have that set piece opportunity because they know they were very good at set pieces. But luckily enough, the lineup, especially at the back, was good because Tosin is very good physically, as well as Reece James. Now, one thing we noticed about Brentford when they looked to press Chelsea is that Brentford understood one thing. With the absence of Palmer and Jackson on the pitch, they automatically knew that they had the strength to press Chelsea aggressively high. Sancho, Nkunku are not the fastest players and not players who like to make runs. And because of this, Brentford understood that they could just go man to man and Chelsea could not have the option of going forward, because whenever they attempted to play that ball forward, Brentford would easily win the ball off Nkunku and immediately look to transition, especially trying to hit the ball towards Mbeumo, who they wanted to isolate 1v1 with Reece James here. Chelsea are building from the back. Gusto has the ball and he is immediately being pressed, as Brentford have decided to go man-to-man against all Chelsea players. Gusto decides to go long, tries to play the ball to Nkunku, but once the ball is played, Brentford's centre-backs immediately step out, wins the ball off Nkunku, and now Brentford has won the ball. Yamalunk is able to receive the ball. He can spot Mbeumo is making that run in the blind side of Reece James and can easily look for a way to play that pass. He's under no pressure to play that ball in behind. A careful weighted ball is played in behind. Now Reece James is 1v1 against Mbeumo, in a situation where Mbeumo fancies himself to take on Reece James and have a shot on goal. Mbeumo does that effectively. He's able to beat Reece James, and now it forces Tosin Adarabioyo to step out to try and narrow the angle for him. But lucky for Chelsea is that Mbeumo's shot is actually out. It's not a shot on target. Now, This is something that Chelsea suffer when Jackson is not there, because Nkunku is not that player to make runs. Nkunku is not that player to drop the opposition defense line deeper. And this cannot allow players like Fernandes to operate with a lot of space when they are trying to build from the back. Now, under settled possession, we still saw the problem that Chelsea faced without Jackson. Gusto inverted in midfield alongside Caicedo, and Chelsea moved to a back three. Now, one problem that Chelsea face in this structure is again Christopher Nkunku. He takes up a position of that of a number 10 and allows the centre backs to have no player to mark, not making runs to occupy the two centre backs, and this limits even spaces for the likes of Fernandes and Dewsbury Hall to operate, something that we have also seen has contributed to the fall of Palmer's performance. Here you can see Noni Madueke has the ball, but can you spot Christopher Nkunku? Christopher Nkunku, who's supposed to be attacking that space so that Noni can look to slip the ball towards him, is behind. Even Enzo, who's an attacker, is ahead of him. Here again, Enzo Fernandez has actually moved to occupy that position in the left, but look at Nkunku. He's not looking to occupy that position close in front of goal so that he can be able to receive the ball from Noni. The ball is played and Nkunku is just there. He's not ready to apply pressure to the goalkeeper and probably score a rebound. And these are the kind of problems that Chelsea face when Christopher Nkunku is on the team. Now, because Nkunku is dropping so deep, this allows Brentford's defenders to push with a high line and actually play Chelsea offside. Also, they are able to win the ball off Nkunku and immediately launch devastating counter-attacks. And we saw that time and time again. Nkunku loses the ball here. The ball is automatically played towards Mbeumo. And now, Brentford are in a 4v4 attacking situation against Chelsea. Just a simple pass. And this is something that Chelsea have really struggled with. Now, again, is the problem when Chelsea do not have the ball. The pressing from Christopher Nkunku is still not the best because he's not quite aggressive in his pressing, more like a jogging kind of press. So he presses not half-heartedly, the goalkeeper just goes direct to Mbeumo, Mbeumo wins the duel, and now he's running into Chelsea's backline. And now, Chelsea are in a 4v4 situation. Here is it. Yamalek has the ball, Flecken has the ball, Nkunku is trying to press, but his press is half-heartedly. Flecken can be able to see that a lot of Brentford players have pushed forward, including their fullbacks. Look at their fullbacks, they are already high. Flecken plays the ball directly to Mbeumo, and you can see that Chelsea's backline is now going man-to-man because Brentford have overloaded Chelsea's backline. A simple pass to Mbeumo sees Chelsea now defending. And look at Brentford, they have already 4 players against 4 Chelsea centre-backs. And now Chelsea are actually being outnumbered in behind and they have to rely on individual brilliance. And Chelsea were lucky not to concede in these situations. Now, the second half, Maresca decided to make a change, bringing on Jackson at half-time and bringing Palmer at the 60th minute, which I thought again was a delayed substitution. Because I did not even understand why not start them in the first place. Are you saving them from the Conference League? It's appalling the decisions that Enzo Maresca is actually making with regards to Chelsea's lineup. Now, Jackson came in and automatically we saw the difference. He was making those runs in behind and Chelsea started to go over the top against Brentford time and time again. And you could even see the change in momentum. In the initial minutes of the second half, he almost had an opportunity to put Chelsea ahead. Again, we faced another problem with Jackson, and that is Jackson's poor finishing. But at least the overall performance was great. Again, Jackson is very strong compared to Nkunku. He's able to receive the ball, hold it up. Once he holds it up, he's able to play the ball to Palmer. And now Chelsea are able to move the attack forward. Remember, in the first half, Chelsea did not have this when they were looking to attack. They did not have a forward who could hold the ball. Here again, Palmer has the ball. He's now about to be pressed. He can see Jackson. He knows that if he plays this ball to Jackson, then Jackson is able to receive this ball and immediately help him. Jackson plays the ball to Palmer plays the ball to Jackson. Jackson plays the ball back to Palmer. But Brentford defender was so good in trying to come back and try to cover Palmer. But Jackson decided to play that ball back to Pedro Neto, who had a very lovely shot. Probably, if it was not for Flecken, probably Neto scores that and Chelsea go 1-0 up. Here again, Chelsea are trying to build from the back, and now Chelsea are more comfortable and Brentford are not pressing aggressively because again, the spaces now have opened. Look at Brentford's backline when they looked to press Chelsea. They had to drop their backline because of the constant runs that Jackson kept on making. And these constant runs disrupted Brentford's press, and it actually put Chelsea in a position where they were entering Brentford's box time and time again. When you look at the statistics, Chelsea actually had 1 shot on target in the first half. In the second half, Chelsea had 7 shots on target with 26 shots off target, courtesy of a slight personnel change. But this draw squarely lies on Enzo Maresca. You always pick your strongest team. You are in a running. Pick them, play them. If you want to manage their minutes, take them out in the second half. Get Jackson and Palmer playing when they have the energy, when the players around them have energy, when Caicedo has energy, when Enzo has energy, when Reece James has energy, when Gusto has energy. You can't bring your best players in the second half when the entire team is tired. These are just simple basics in football management. Why make these changes in a crucial game for Chelsea? I don't want to go beyond that because I will be very pissed off with the way Maresca is managing this club. What do you think? Do you agree with my opinions? Leave your comments in the comment section area below. Thanks for watching.